Welcome to Return to Athens. With around 12 months until the opening ceremony, the main Olympic stadium looks a long way from being able to host the Flame. The stadium was originally constructed in 1982 for the European Athletics Championships. Since then, it's fallen on hard times, and while construction is very much in the infant stage, the test event deadlines are very much in their twilight.
Test events are a little later than normal, but I think the athletes generally have their minds set on getting here, qualifying, and I don't think they're too preoccupied with some of the speculation that the program might be running a bit late. Any major project can have delays or can run late. In this case, they've got to meet a deadline. We're not going to put the opening date back, and the Greeks know that. And I think that an outcome of this Congress, this briefing session, will be that the journalists recognise that whilst the time frames for the completion of the public works and the venue completions are tight, but they will be delivered on time. And the work that's been done in the last 12 months has really been outstanding. It's a very big, complex project, and all big, complex projects are up against time constraints. But we in the International Olympic Committee, with the facts at our disposal and what we see and the working relationship we've got, are confident they'll deliver on time and are confident they'll bring something special to the Olympic movement that no one else has been able to deliver.
The Olympic Sailing Centre is one venue where construction is well advanced. Not surprisingly, filming here is no problem. It's a different story though down the road at the Hellenico complex, where no one was allowed off the official tour bus. Being constructed on the site of the former international airport, this is to host a number of events including hockey, fencing, softball and baseball. Because this is a familiar story at most venues, many test events have been postponed. One problem for Athens is that they're following in the footsteps of Sydney, who are regarded as putting on the greatest ever games. It was always going to be a difficult act to follow. Athens organisers dismiss suggestions that they'll be second-rate.
No, each city has its own Olympic Games. Sydney was very successful, but Athens Games will also be unique, and we feel, and that's widespread now among more people in the international community, that the Athens Games, with its history and tradition in modern facilities, will be unique and great games.
So the race to be ready is on for Athens, and while there is a marathon of work to be done, there's a growing belief that the worst is over. Kevin Gosper is convinced this could turn out to be one of the best games ever.
A lot of people are at work. The Greek team itself, the International Olympic Committee, the international federations, large public works group. There is a lot of goodwill behind the Greeks. They did get off to a slow start. They're ready to admit that. That always puts some anxiety into the completion. It puts pressures on timelines. But I reckon I'll be here at the opening ceremony waiting for these people to deliver a great games. Now, of course, we won't know how good until after the closing ceremony, and it'll be the international press that makes a judgment about whether they were good or great. But with all they have at their disposal, the history, the new venues, the experience of other Olympic Games, I can't believe they won't succeed.
Keep watching Return to Athens as we bring you the latest in the behind-the-scenes news and views in the lead-up to Athens 2004.